How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to the Enclave. So we are here with module 6 of the shotgun manual, which is ammunition. So this one, pretty simple and a little bit different at the same time. So with the rifle rounds and the handgun rounds and even revolver rounds, they're all pretty similar. Like, you've got pretty much the same components. They look different, they might perform differently, but if you were to show someone a handgun case and a rifle case, they would be able to say, yes, that is the same component, just obviously from a different caliber or whatever. Shotgun, however, a little bit different. So let me just show you a picture to begin. So right there we have an image of shotgun shells. So what makes shotgun shells so different is that they're made of plastic. And I must be honest, when I first shot a shotgun, what truly stuck out to me over and above the kick is the fact that that kick is contained by a piece of plastic. That is insane to me. I mean, with overpressure loads you can tear brass like it's paper. So yeah, anyways, so we have a few different types of shotgun shells. Really old ones were made of like a cardboard sort of a substance. Modern ones are made of plastic, and then they have a brass cap at the end that basically holds the primer. But other than the actual making of the casing, which can be reused if they're undamaged, so that's a whole nother story. We'll get into reloading. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah, so what makes the shotgun shell different, other than, like I say, the composition, is the wad. So every other thing, the shot, the case, the powder and the primer, if you understand bullets, you will understand those. The wad, however, is something a little bit different. Basically, it can be made of a few things. Often it's a little plastic cup, basically. So you'll actually see it over here. It's like a plastic, I don't know, divider between the powder and the shot. But it also sort of keeps the shot together while it travels down the barrel and until it gets sort of clear of the barrel, and then the shot keeps going and that wad will slow down and sort of separate away. Other than that, it is pretty much identical. So the firing sequence is going to be the same, other than the fact that the pressure is built up behind the wad and not behind the bullet, as we have with our other three examples. Yeah. So that is pretty much that. When you get to this graph, which you will have seen if you saw my earlier videos, don't panic. You most likely are not going to be asked to memorize that and to answer that in your closed book test. So don't stress about it. But in your own time, just get familiar with them. Get familiar with which ones are common and which ones are going to be available for you to purchase. Because that's another thing, a lot of these are not very common loads. I say a lot, a few of them are not super common loads. So yeah, that is just something to keep in mind. Spread pattern, also not a massive importance for your testing, but it is definitely a good thing to know, and it's a good thing to understand for when it comes to using a shotgun, especially if you're using a shotgun for self-defense, because there are pros and cons to using a shotgun. Another thing we have that is slightly different between the shotgun round and the other rounds that we use is the method of identifying the cartridge. So not only do shotguns have a head stamp, or shotgun shells, sorry, have a head stamp, as you can see that is a 12 gauge, but they also have the identification of the cartridge, so everything that was on this graph, on the side of the casing. So you will be able to see that here. We have a nice example there, AAA. And yeah, so you can basically identify the caliber of the shell, i.e. 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 28 gauge, whatever, and manufacturer from the head stamp. But then on the side of the actual cartridge, you will be able to see what the shell is. Is it AAA, 0, 00, all those sort of things. So yeah, that is pretty much that. As always, at the end here I will link to the handgun video about ammunition, just in case there's any more information you want to glean from that. But that is pretty much that. So as always, please like, comment, share, subscribe. If you've got more time, maybe click through to another video, potentially the handgun one. As always, peace out.